Still a little dark, but that's all right. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Today's a new day. We begin again. So far this week I've been seeing a lot of different things that definitely reminders of a lot of things. Of a lot of things that definitely have made me reflect how far I've come, where I'm going, why. I've had a lot of questions lately. But then in turn, I've had a lot of answers to my own questions. Don't you hate when that happens? Don't you hate when that happens? But today, just embrace a new day. Embrace not being who you were yesterday or the day before. Embrace change. Embrace just being you. I know that's a hard thing to do sometimes, to embrace being us, because we try to find so many flaws and so many different things wrong with ourselves. But I just want to encourage you today. Just embrace you. The 411 today is, don't let nobody take you back to where you used to be, to who you used to be. And it only takes a split second. Y'all know this. Sometimes people don't realize how hard you've worked to become the person you are, or to not do the things that you used to do, or to not fall into certain characteristics that you used to, and you will be tested on a daily. But there are just some people who know that, and some people who want to prove that you're still that person. And once they get you to that point and they think that their point is proven, even if they get you there, you just have to look at them and pray for them and say, you poke so hard at people to try to get them to respond to you in a negative way. What's wrong with you? Because it seems like there's something that's wrong with them that they're battling if they want so hard to see you fall, or to see you become someone who they've seen before, and maybe they feed off of that person and get a thrive off of deeming you a bad person or someone who's negative, or because they don't realize that's the frequency they operate and you no longer operate there anymore. And maybe you never operated there. It's just certain situations that have caused you to operate there. That part. Sometimes everything isn't what it seems. It's not always what it seems. Sometimes people try to criticize and judge your character off of circumstantial situations, and sometimes it's hard to let that go if you're constantly having it pointed out. Because in your heart of hearts, right, you're on the inside, you're saying, I know that's not who I am. Maybe that's who I've shown you. And sometimes you got to be careful, because, that saying, when people show you who they are, believe them. Be careful with that. Be careful with that, because there's a lot of things that can get taken out of context. There's a lot of things that, depending on the circumstance, what caused a person to be a certain way or to react. And I've definitely learned that in my judging, to keep my mouth shut, because there's times where I'm like, why are they thinking I'm this? Why are they thinking I'm that? And it's like, well, because that's what you showed them in that moment. And it's like, okay. So then when it comes to other people, I've learned to be more sensitive. When I get a certain response, when I get certain things, done to me, or see certain things, I'm more um, receptive. I'm more, uh, you know, to the point to where I'll sit back and I'll soak it in and I'll say, what could they have been going on? What could have been going on with them during that time? That's important. So as your feet hit the floor today, put yourself in someone else's shoes. Don't let nobody to take you where you used to be. And with remembering that, remember where you used to be. And remember that there's going to come a time to where you're going to have to give someone else grace. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to give someone else grace. Sometimes it seems hard in the beginning, but now that I'm on my journey, now that I've come from so much mental anguish and just different things, it's not as hard as it seems to give grace. It's not as hard as it seems to be genuine. It's not as hard as it seems to love and have compassion. It's not as hard as it seems. We make it hard. We make it hard. There's times I look back at stuff and I'm like, maybe that's because I was making it hard, because we just don't want to. And we all gonna have days and times where we just don't want to. We're granted that. Just don't stay in that place, So as I get started and get myself together, that's what's gonna be on my mental. And I hope the same for you. So as always, go out, be great today. Put God ever before you, because when He is for you, who can be against you? And even when they are against you, you got somebody fighting for you and alongside of you, and that will never leave your side. So, as always, be blessed.